Long time, no see. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about my third trimester. It's been a minute. We're a little bit behind, but it's okay because we've been busy being a mommy, and I am back to give y'all the update of the year. Let's talk about my third trimester and get into these questions. Let's get straight into it. When did you start feeling really pregnant in the third trimester? I feel like 34 weeks. That when you start getting into that once a week appointment with your doctor and your midwife, I feel like that's when it's like, okay, this is real, we're getting up into it. When it switched from, oh my God, I'm pregnant, this is amazing, to like, you can take it out. Now, when you get to that point, I feel like that's when you're like, okay, we can wrap this up. This is getting painful, it's getting discomforting, I'm not comfortable. That's the point where I'm like, I'm pregnant. Like bowling ball, basketball, waddling, I'm pregnant. 34 weeks. How did you prepare mentally and physically for labor during the third trimester? I did a lot of curb walks. I did a lot of walking, period. The foods got spicier as I went along. Way more water, got more sleep. And I feel like I was definitely bathing more and soaking more because the back pain. What were your must-haves for third trimester comfort? A lot of pillows to make a little fort around me so that I can, like sway myself from one side to the other with my belly. Having like a outdoor area where you can sit, like a patio, things like that. That was a must-have for me. Being able to sit out in nature was a must-have for me. Water, Gatorade, keeping your electrolytes, keeping your energy up. Did you follow a specific birth plan or take any classes? I had some family members ask me this. I did not take any classes. Kudos to the moms that go the extra mile. I did not partake in any of that. I did a lot of research. I read a lot of books. I watched a lot of videos. I did not have an instructor teach me anything in my third trimester. Birth plan, my original birth plan, foreshadowing that this did not happen, but for the most part, I was going to go natural. And I feel like what was perceived by people when I said that was like no epidural, going all the way in, natural, no medication, nothing. And I was kind of leaving it up in the air to how I felt during the time. And by natural, I just meant like, I'm not gonna go in thinking X, Y, and Z as far as getting the C-section. And a lot of people would say, who goes in wanting a C-section? Out of the millions and millions and millions of women and mothers that exist in this world, there is somebody out there, trust me, there's someone out there that's like, you're not messing up my downstairs. Give me a slit and take them out and slip me back up. And then some people are one and done. They go in knowing they're one and done, and they do the work, they do the workout, they do the fitness plan, get their body back right, and they're done. Or they get their surgery, they get their mommy makeover, and they're done. There are some women that do not even want it to pass that way. He's staring at me. There are some people that don't even want it to pass that way. There's some people that go in. There's also some moms that go in that are like, epidural me from the door. Epi me in the car. Hello? Like, also some moms that go in completely natural. I'm not doing medication. I'm doing it that way. I am not a person to get a stomach ache and immediately run to take Pepto-Bismol, run to take a pill, get cramps from a cycle and immediately run to take Midol. I'm not a very heavy medicate me type of person. So I was going in with the mindset of being natural. I'm going to go as far as I can naturally, dealing with the pain until I say, hey, what are my options? Also, when I say the word natural, I meant that I wanted it to pass through the basement, okay? That was my original birth plan. I was supposed to do it naturally in a tub. I was not aware that you can't give birth in the tub with an epidural. Just with everything going on, that common sense did not fall upon me. You cannot use your limbs. So, of course, you cannot walk to get into the tub. But with everything going on, I wasn't going in saying, give me the epidural immediately. So that part just did not click in my brain at the time. How often were your prenatal visits and what did they typically check for? My prenatal visits in the third trimester went from every 2 weeks. And then when I hit You know, my memory is escaping me a little bit, but I feel like 34, 35 weeks, it was once a week. And they were checking whatever you wanted them to check and also what was routinely scheduled for them to check. One last ultrasound, I did have, they can check your cervix if you're dilated, if you want. They can check your pelvic floor, like just things like that. You okay? Okay. 1 second. Did I tour the hospital or the birthing center at all? No, I did not. I've never been there. I knew of the location. I knew of the area. And the first time that I rode there was the week that I was going into labor. Did you experience any false labor or Braxton Hicks contractions? I experienced the hell out of Braxton Hicks contractions. Okay, Braxton was constantly at my door, and it was crazy. All of this stigma, all of the myths, all of these sayings, every mom and body is different. I understand, but it doesn't hurt. They feel rather different than labor pains. You'll know when it's labor pains. I have a high pain tolerance, so I was sitting up there like, I'm sorry, was that Braxton? Did he come in? Is Braxton in the room with us? It felt discomforting, but sometimes towards the end, they were kicking, like they were up there as far as discomfort, you know? And I'm like, they're not completely painless. Like y'all are wild for saying that. Third trimester belly was very large. I'll insert a few videos and clips and things like that so y'all can see my experience. But overall, the third trimester, was it harder than the first? I'll say it was the most difficult. He was getting much, much bigger. My body at some point was not getting bigger. I felt like it wasn't really accommodating him. The feet, the heels, the toes were up in the ribs, kicking it, scraping it. I could feel his little fingers pinching me sometimes. Like, it makes you as a mom be like, I'm so ready for him to be out. I'm so ready to meet him. He was so big. My baby was so long. It was a lot, but it was harder on my body. The back pain, the pelvic floor pain was worse. Sometimes I would get slump sleep, like knocked out. Would not hear a hurricane, tornado, or an alarm go off. Like, it was amazing. And then sometimes it was hard to fall asleep. So I had like little moments of insomnia, but once I got a good rhythm of sleep, the worst part about it, probably being kicked in the ribs. You don't foresee it coming. You're just talking and it's just like, bam. The best part of the third trimester was actually like not even knowing if it worked or not even knowing if there was any scientific backing behind it, but honestly trying all the little quirky things that the midwife and old wives' tales tell you, like pineapple juice and raspberry tea and spicy foods. Like, to an extent, I really do think it helped me. It didn't have him come on the day he was supposed to come. It didn't have it burst like that and my water went everywhere. But it really helped me progress. I really feel like there's some truth in it. And then if you go into it like, this ain't gonna work, it's just pineapple juice. I feel like your mind and what you said during that time really gave you the strength and the energy to make it through. I was like, it has got to be today because my body is over it. It has to be today. And then it wasn't the day. I was like, tomorrow's gonna be the day. Like, I kept psyching myself out. Even if I really felt like deep inside, my body was not progressing enough to go into labor, I was like, today's gonna be the day. Just to keep my mind positive that we can make it through another day carrying this damn near 8-pound baby, y'all. I'm too tiny for an 8-pound baby, but that's what he was measuring, and they were like 7.5 to 8 is what you're carrying, and they weren't wrong. Just mind over matter. My third trimester was probably, that's hard. I was about to say it was the one that I appreciated the most because it just showed the strength of God through me, and it was an amazing experience overall. But the entire pregnancy, like, I can appreciate the second trimester as well because I had my baby shower and I love to nest and get all the things together and go through his clothes. That was a beautiful time as well. But each trimester has its glory to me. It has its beautiful moments and its triumphs and its hard moments as well. But the third trimester was no different. It wasn't miserable for me. I was just like, bless you, baby. Just during the end of it, I was getting to the point where I don't think I can hold him anymore. And then I was like, man, am I just thinking this? Like, girl, you got the strength. You got this. You got this. Am I just saying this? Am I just thinking this? Like, think positively. Like, girl, you got this. You got this. You got this. And then when I went to the doctor, they were like, oh, yeah, you can't hold him anymore. I was like, I knew I was on to something. But my third trimester had its ups and its downs, more ups than downs. And I really appreciate the entire pregnancy as a whole. With that being said, I think that I'm going to save labor and delivery questions for my labor and delivery vlog, or I may make it a whole separate video. But whatever I decide to do, I just want to thank y'all for coming along with me on this journey. It's been amazing. Everybody's asking me like, how many more, or would you go back around again? I don't know. Y'all give me the type to like be pregnant again within 6 months, and I don't know why we give that off. But that's not my intention. But would I go back around again? Of course. This pregnancy was amazing for me. One second. You ready to eat? Yeah, we was ready for a bottle. I would definitely go back around again. I can't wait for you guys to hear my full experience of what my labor and delivery was like. I will save that for the next video, but I do want to say thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for embracing and enjoying this journey. Y'all's comments on TikToks, y'all's messages, y'all's love, the liking, y'all entertaining my sense of humor and everything like that. I just appreciate it. It's been so good to connect with a new community and find my place in a community I had no idea I would be a part of this year, but I'm so excited that I am. We are approaching next month, my first Mother's Day, so I'm trying to get all of this out to you guys before then so that we can really get into the nitty-gritty and experiences. So yeah, thank you guys for coming along, and I will see you guys in my labor and delivery video. Catch up on everything if you haven't already. Like this video, share it if you care. That would be amazing. And turn my post notifications on would be even awesomer. And don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye.